Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm your host Wally, and today we are on the Texas Lakes and Prairies Trail in Hillsboro, Texas, which is south of Dallas and Fort Worth. It's where the Y comes in, and it's got itself some pretty good museums if you're ever in the area. So check out the Roadside America Museum, which is a collection of some quirky guy who just decided to start collecting things, and then before he knew it, he was collecting a lot of nostalgic 1950s things, roadside attraction stuff, restaurant stuff. This collection eventually became too large, and he ended up renting a place, and now he has a huge collection of stuff that you can go and look at and marvel at. He gives you tours if you're in the area, so make sure to call the number that's on the door and he'll let you in and give you a little tour of everything that's in there. A lot of it is old mascot stuff, and look at these fat boys. That's something I didn't know, that you could change your fat boy depending on where you had him and what your fat boy name actually was. And then here are Alvin and the Chipmunks. He's also an avid car collector, so over there you get to check out his car collection. It's always great to see some of these old cars being well taken care of, looking all nice and shiny and bright, and there's also a Michelin Man. Also in the area is a Texas Through Time Museum, where you can take your kids and have them learn a lot about Texas and dinosaurs and Ice Age animals and Texas long ago. There's plenty of fossils for them to look at, plenty of fossils for them to touch and interact with. So it's great for that curious kid that really wants to get into dinosaurs and is obsessed with things. They have some docents there that are just hanging out and helping out the kids, and they teach them a lot. Plus, you get to see Dimetrodon, which is one of my favorite Texas dinosaurs. I'm completely obsessed with Dimetrodon. Look at him; he's cute, and he's got all those spines. And look at these paws; they're just like the cutest fossil paws I've ever seen. And you get to find out a bit more about some of the dinosaurs and animals that live there. Of course, Dimetrodon, my favorite, and you get to also experience some of the other dinosaurs that lived in the area. I like how it specifically focuses on Texas and some of its ancient animals. Plus, there's this cool T-Rex outside. I know he's not Texas T-Rex, but still. And then the last museum you can check out is the Texas Heritage Museum, which is a military museum of sorts. It um, focuses on the Civil War, the World Wars, and the Vietnam War. So if you're here, you get to learn a lot about the history between the wars that we've had and some of the Texans that have been involved in them. It focuses on some of the Texas groups that did battle during these times. So it'll tell you a lot about the Texas troops that went to war during the Civil War on the Confederate side. And it also gives you a history of some of the people that lived during that time, such as these brothers or band of people that banded against the Union, and a little bit about Robert E. Lee, but more importantly, it tells you about our actual hero, Sam Houston, who refused to secede and ended up leaving the governorship instead of seceding. And then there's also a World War I section, which has a pretty cool collection of grenades and knives and machetes and stuff. And this cool looking machine gun. And then it also goes into World War II, which was the bigger war, and tells you about all the different Texas groups that went there and how Texas was involved in World War II, either as a place for the prisoners of war camps, or how the women in Texas helped out, or how some of the people were actually famous, like Audie Murphy, who was one of the most decorated uh, World War II veterans out there. They have his uniform there, which is pretty cool to look at. But not only that, but it gives you a pretty good history of how it started, when it started, where it went, and how Texas was heavily involved in it. So thank you, Texans, for serving in this war for us. And then the last part is the Vietnam War, which has a lot of information and pretty cool setups for you to look at. Definitely a good museum to go, especially if you're into war history and military history. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you've been enjoying these videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.